Hey guys, Novus here, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 9, I believe? I think I got it right this time. So, I discovered something. This is not Zoom, which is what I thought it was, until I moused over it. We can actually change the game speed, and I've been letting everything sort of just run out in normal real time, which is not the best. So, my bad. Home Sweet Home is currently unguarded. I'm not really keen on that. I might... I don't know. I'll take a fighter back there. That'll do. Actually no, we'll go the opposite way. Take the fighter over here. Quad gun drone can go back to defend. So it should be a bit tougher. Alright, so yeah, we can totally increase game speed. And Bob's your uncle. We can also see our materials actually start going up at a decent pace. Yeah, it should be good. So we can take it all the way up to 10 times game speed. And whoa! We can also take it down to 0.1. So we can kind of maneuver things and so forth. And preferably not stuff up, stuff like that. So that's an orca. Huh. Have I seen an orca in the game yet? I don't think I have. So that's worth 40,000 materials, which means if we can commandeer that, that'll be good stuff. So when I'm commandeering, I'm probably just going to maybe skip through. Like a bunch of stuff like breaking through the sides of ships and so forth, just in case it wasn't already obvious. I was just doing it so that it didn't take up too much time. Because it is time consuming to get through some of these. Set the game speed back. We should be fine to take this. I mean, if I stuff this fight up, I'll be surprised. Please, mouse, just work with me here. Alright. So what we'll do, just be safe, please. Actually going to put the fighter over here. It does put it a bit closer, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it does allow it to have the opportunity to land in the water if it's going to hit the ground, and then we can take off. Whoa. Did we just... Okay, I think we just detonated everything inside of it. So, yeah, we did win. It was a little easier than I actually expected it to be, so let's pull the fighter out of play. I guess the missiles were hitting harder than I expected. Yeah, it just obliterated that thing. Alright, so we got the quad gun drone here. We're getting there with the resources. Once we can get enough of these resources together, I was thinking of putting a cargo ship over there so it can start actually moving resources around fairly effectively. So the destroyer is sitting on 5 Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to repair. I should be able to fix the destroyer back up relatively quickly. Alright, so let's put the game speed up a bit. And keep an eye on that fighter. I believe they had territory down here to the south. I'm pretty sure that's why we keep running into stuff when we go down here. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to go down here and try and make sure there's nothing down here. But at the same time, I constantly see them going up here. Now the problem with that is they could have territory somewhere tucked away in here, and I can't pass through allied territory. Just sort of go check it out. So we may end up with a couple of Deepwater Guard just kind of chilling out. Alright, so that has dumped its resources, back it goes. Now, I'm probably not going to do another load. That should be plenty. It should fairly quickly build up the materials to finish off the destroyer. At the same time, on this side, yeah, we're up to almost 60,000, which is solid. I think it was 65k to be able to get our cargo plane up and running. There's still 15k over there. This one was drained. I think there was another one up here. And I don't think there was any more around. So we've got 2 more resource zones to take over as well. So I'm going to have to design a fortress at some point for that. But I have designed a couple of other vehicles. So once the destroyer is finished being repaired over here, what I'll be doing is probably saving up a bunch of resources over here to try and get one of those into the fight. As it won't be useful against any kind of airships or anything like that, but big heavy battleships and so forth, that's what it's built to deal with. So it's a proper torpedo-based destroyer. The idea is it's meant to catch things way off in the distance, so spot them well beforehand. Start a fight, start it from as far away as humanly possible, and just start lobbing torpedoes. And the idea is once the enemy finally gets into range to actually start hitting it back with its cannons, by that stage we should be right to then retreat that force out of the battle and get like a proper heavy cannon sort of ship into the fight at that point to sort of go close quarters combat with the crippled enemy. Alright, so we're up to almost 61,000. I reckon we could spawn this in now. So let's set the game speed down to, let's set it to 0.1 briefly, just so we can quickly get down here and do this. So what we should be able to do, spawn this in, and then have it slowly get repaired by the time the amount of money comes in that we need. So it's 75,000. So we should be fine to pull it off. Alright. Now, this plane still needs work done on it anyway. There it is. Okay, so pull these forces out of play and start repairs. And everything should start. There we go, building it up. Alright, so we should fairly quickly be able to get that cargo plane into the fight. Moving resources around is mostly what I mean. And it should end up with a top speed of 200 and it's like 210, right about, something like that. Meters per second, which is pretty decent. We'll definitely be moving resources around a lot faster than these fighters and so forth have been able to, but it'll also be bringing a lot more resources along with it. It's built. Here we go. Fully done. Huh. Well played. We've got almost 7,000 left over. Alright, so cargo plane can now start moving resources around. So it's mainly meant to be able to go out there and sort of just grab materials from like sort of our forward fighting fleet and deal with that. Alright, so let's just grab like 4,000 materials, let's test it out and let's fly it over to... Oh, whoops, I'm gonna have to play these out of play forces as well. Alright, so let's turn that off. Because we don't need combat. Alright. So it should have... Oh, I'm in the wrong chair. Hang on. Nope, never mind. It's already done. It's happening. I don't really have a choice now. Okay, so... small problem. We can't nose up. Oh god. Okay. Alright. So I need to change chairs. So let me really quickly dunk this in the water because there are no brakes. I still need to adjust the cruise control. Let's kind of set up my own cruise control in it, and now small issue. Alright. This is the correct chair. Okay, so now what we gotta do is get it up to maximum speed, and then we can go test it on the map. So straight up to high altitude. And off we take. So, way over that away, I believe, is where we've got to go. Whoa. Okay, hang on. Yes. Let's take it to 0.1. Okay, so you need to be pulled out of play now. It should have its maximum speed. Yep, alright. So it has clocked in at maximum speed there. Head over this way. Alright. Destroyer, how are you doing? You're at 99%. Good, because we've got a Pilferer and a Water Buffalo. Well, that's easy enough. Pilferer could be worth a bit of cash, I guess. Let's let that heart land. No, alright. So let's start a fight. What we'll end up doing is we'll jump onto the Destroyer. And I'll probably pull it further back. At the same time, I've been mucking around with this Destroyer some more. Oh, I should probably just speed up the game. Yeah, I've been mucking around with this Destroyer a bit more as well. And god damn can it fight. Oops. Oh wait, what am I doing? Okay, that way. Just do that. Okay. So, yeah, been mucking around with it a bit. Yeah, goddamn can this thing fight. It does not muck around. I put it into fights with heaps of other stuff, including like massive, massive battleships. But I've got another ship that should have pretty much equal firepower. And I'm going to be getting that thing into the fight soon. Okay, so is it suddenly willing to like fire normally? What? No, now it's skipping its forward most cannon. Okay. No clue. Let's switch over the cannons, take control. Just to make sure we're not going to be missing these shots unnecessarily. So once the Pilferer comes in, I'll have a quick gaze at it. It might be worth commandeering, but if we do so, I'll probably just sort of quickly pause the recording, whip over onto the ship, break in, and then, yeah, start the recording back up. If anything goes wrong, or if I've managed to take it. What do you mean can't aim in that direction? Would you give me that crap? And again, that would be the cannons on the other side. It is disappointing the way you kind of got to set your dead zones up for your cannons so that they can't fire in specific positions. Because you can't really have like dead zones and not so dead zones. It's just kind of straight up don't aim around here sort of a situation. So I can't tell that it can aim over this turret and across, but if it's not aiming like over the turret, then don't fire over this side, if you get what I mean. I have to aim, like I basically have to put that entire cone type area into a do not fire here sort of zone. And because of that, yeah, it can't fire across even when it's aiming over long distances like this, where it should be perfectly fine to fire all 20 of its guns instead of 12. So it does cut down our potential firepower a really massive amount when that happens. The upside is, when we really want to actually start firing all of our cannons, what we can do is go a little more aggressive. So I'm going to start lining us up to do that. preparation for this pilferer. So she's meant to sort of be going forward and firing off the sides of the ship like this. And so that's why she's set up to be able to fairly easily actually turn herself around and fire with both sets of guns. Nice, AI's dead. Idea can't commandeer, but that's fine. What resources we have managed to take, we're already putting onto the ship though, that's nice. Gets it into even better shape. Alright. So fairly quickly we're going to want to cripple this thing. Ooh yeah, very quickly. It's got advanced cannons all over it. Alright. So what we do now is we start rotating back and forth between the sets of guns. Okay, so in the front end, that's where we're going to have to aim. Should be able to cripple this thing fair quick. And then put the other two sets of guns on this back end. One of them is already crippled. You can see by the barrels, they decreased in size tremendously. Something happened. But we've got their cannons off. I mean, I think we could commandeer this if we finished off that gun. Oh, we still got missiles to deal with, I guess. Alright, that should be right. I believe. We should be able to commandeer this. The biggest problem would be getting it to stop, so I'm going to have to get behind it and chase it into the land over there. So it'll sort of stop. At the same time, I'm going to have to rip another hole in the front end here. God, that's terrible. Alright. So right there. Break those out. Oh no! Ah, the guns took control. And they just sort of started firing. Oh well. Resources. We'll still get some. It was worth 40,000. It's so disgusting how little you get from that, but that is immediately gone. With immediately 3,000. But the destroyer is now at 100%. There's still another 1,500 over here. So we're in good shape. If you cannot, like, technically beat yourself, that would be great. Speed things up. Try and get it to... God, I wish that wasn't a thing. Maybe dope out a bit less. So let's say they've still got other stuff over here. Just leveled up from gathering the resources, I guess. That's good. Alright. And here's our cargo plane. God, that thing can move. Alright, so we just grabbed a whole bunch of resources. What we're going to do is we're going to set it to keep no material at all. And Bob's your uncle, it'll drop it straight off to the destroyer, which is going to need it. But the destroyer can only hold so many materials. What we'll do is once it hits a certain amount, we'll use the cargo ship to start pulling materials straight out of it. So at this stage we've got 7,000 over here, another 5,000 over here. Good stuff. So we've still got a little bit of resources left over. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to hunt the rest of these guys down. So I'm thinking I might even actually check over this way. Now one thing we can do is go down to standard speed and use this thing to scout. But there's also another vehicle that I wanted to try out. One of the new ones I designed, but it's going to cost like 160k. Heavy firepower on it though. Okay, so we got a paddle gun, a sledge, and a scrapper coming over. Good to know ahead of time. Alright, you head over this way. I'm going to take the destroyer to start a fight. Actually, we just scout them from here, really. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll probably save that for next episode, as we have hit the end of this episode for now. But as soon as next episode starts up, we'll get into a fight. They're probably going to be beached though. I wish they didn't do that. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys then. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys have a good day.